Good morning, everyone. I've been awake for ages, but it's true that I wanted to take a few minutes to just be on my own. I wasn't feeling my best, so I was like, I'm gonna be on my own. I have a couple of things to finish of work. You can hear the kettle on the back, but I was like, I'm gonna do that, and then once I finish that, I'm gonna go shower, completely feel like a brand new person, which is how I feel right now, basically, and be ready for this day. So normally now is 6:45. Normally in like an hour we have to leave for football, but it's something we do if we want to. Some other weeks, like my son told me last night, Mommy, I don't want to go to football. I'm like, okay, fine. And here I am on my super I don't feel well comfy style. So as you can see, it's all about messy hair. Who cares? And then look at my clothes. I mean, I have this super baggy shirt that I love because I can hide how bloated I am. It's really long. And then I can hide how bloated I am. And then I'm in leggings. So again, I feel good. And I think the really warm shower has helped a lot because I was a lot more bloated when I went inside that shower. And then right now it's different. I'm just waiting to put now the oily thing that I have. I feel my skin really dry since I'm using that thing, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna put it, let it dry, and then later on put my normal oils. And I'm finally gonna have a coffee because I deserve it. And I'm really happy, as I said, because I finished a lot of work that I have to do. But at the same time, today is a day where I take advantage to work a lot because let's say I can't really do nothing while I'm in the football with my son, but if I work a lot before we go to football and then we come back home and then I stay with them and I spend some time with them before we need to take my daughter to gymnastics, sometimes we have other things to do in between. We have to drop a lot of orders. Thankfully, I sold a lot of stuff in literally this week. We are just on Wednesday, so I'm really pleased with that. So I do that, and then during her gymnastics is when I do more work, and then my son do his own schooling things. But as well, it's true that last week he was distracting me actually dancing on top of a table, so I just turned on the water. There we go. So yeah, we will see how all of this ends, but I'm trying to be in a really positive mode because I think if I'm like this, I will be able to have a better day. I just feel that I was doing really good by doing these daily card reading every day and asking questions every day, and I was filming it and sharing it with the world, and maybe it resonated with someone. But I lost purpose, and I think I should do it again. This is the tarot cards that I have. I mean, let's do it right now. Let's just do... I'm not going to be doing a reading here because I have really little clue on how to do it. So I'm not the kind of person here who's going to pull the card and then tell you what it is. But we're going to pull the card for the day together. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of June, 2025. And then let's see what the card of the day is. And then we're going to read it in the booklet. And maybe I can say, how does that make me feel? How does that sound? Maybe I can do that. Who knows? Okay, so the card of the day, it's the Fool. Let's go and look for the Fool. Let's see what the card of the day, the Fool, have to say by the booklet. So you get the booklet here. So the booklet says, the Fool is a naive, optimistic, and carefree character. He represents the earliest stages of life, or the infancy of a new life phase. The Fool still has challenges yet to come, as indicated by the mountains in the background. But he doesn't worry about them. The Fool encourages curiosity and an open mind. There is great potential and opportunity. So the best thing to do is go with your gut. And this actually comes in a... really important day, I would say. Something has happened. For those who don't know me, I'm a single mom. I think I have been chasing to find love, to find my person, to find my future for a very long time. I am a really awakened person and I'm working more into it. Sometimes I feel scared of how much I feel, how much I know, how much I can read into people and into things. And I have all of these people around me saying to me, you cannot be on your own forever. But I just feel like my person, my soulmate, my other half, however you want to call it, has lost track of where I am. But other times I was feeling like maybe that person is also healing their own journey and they are not ready to cross the path with me yet. And lately I felt such a grief. I feel like my soul lost something that didn't even know it existed. And a lot of people's like, oh, that's super fun. And I really get upset with it, but it's true. Like, many things has happened this year for me. Okay, really upsetting, life-changing, eye-opening, awakening things has happened this year. We are only at the beginning of June. I know that we are just in the half of the year, but for me, it just feels like a lifetime has happened in these 6 months. Really vivid dream. Like I never experienced something as deep as that. I think the last time I experienced something as deep as that was when I did the retrogression exercise, which is like you travel to your past life. And I promise you, like I was living in another world, like in a future stage of my own self. It was just wow. I'm telling you, I was living somewhere else. Like I felt like how I feel right now, but I was somewhere else, doing something else and everything. And it's not like I was living another life. It was like this life, but in a more progress, farther along the line way. And there was somebody there. I couldn't see it. I could just feel it. I could just kind of hear it, but in like a weird distant voice. Like I wouldn't pick a voice, I will say, per se, but it was just so crazy. And when I woke up, I just felt so unease. I was like, what was that? Who was that? What's going on? Later on, months later, I heard a voice, and that voice felt so familiar. Obviously, it's just a coincidence in life. Okay, I'm not saying I found my person, but it's just bring to perspective the fact that I still feel that. I just didn't, like, I have that emotion towards someone, those feelings towards someone, that love towards someone that I didn't even know yet. And I know it might sound stupid, but I feel this was not me needing or missing someone, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like that male representation was more of me seeing on the mirror what I really want from another person, but obviously I don't know for who it is yet. So long story short, I tried to push that away. I was just like, I'm never gonna find that person, because at the end of the day, I have a life that I don't go out. I don't do dating. I'm 24/7 with my kids, so I don't really have the time. I don't have family nearby. Well, I have a sister, but she has her own life, and I just feel like there's no chance for me to actually meet someone. And in a part of me knows that my person will not be in this neighborhood, will not be somebody that I will meet around, because sometimes I feel like the hours that I go shopping, I go because, or I go for a walk, or I go to the park, whatever, I go in times that I know I'm not going to find a lot of people. And a part of me knows that my person at that time will be working and building a future and having his own life and not going to a park to meet me, if that makes any sense. But other times I don't want to force something that is out of my comfort zone or out of my actual routine just to see if happens. So stupid of me, a couple of weeks ago or like a week or so ago, I decided to sign in into dating apps again. That's a really big absurd thing to me because I'm the kind of person that match with someone and 5 seconds later I will unmatch just because the conversation I'm like, okay, no, it is not that I liked two people, yeah. One of them I have a really good connection. The first day we were talking a lot. We were talking about cards. We were talking about he having really spiritual people in his life, blah blah blah, all of this type of thing. Okay, great. All of a sudden, he stopped texting me, and he was like ghosting me, and my account got cancelled, closed down. I come back, and a part of me was thinking maybe he wasn't ghosting me, maybe because my account got closed, he didn't like. I tried to justify why I didn't get a reply. It was 2 days from the last message I sent until my account got closed. Okay. Anyway, I found him again. I was like, hey, I'm back, blah 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 blah. We matched again, and I think I heard from him like 3 times in like a week and a half, and 3 of the time was so empty conversation that I was like, when are you gonna wake up, Nadia? Nope. And then I matched with another guy, and I was a guy because I wouldn't even call him in this. It's just a person I invest 30 minutes phone call in my 90 minutes free kids every 2 weeks that I have. And I was speaking with him. I thought we were on the same page and everything. I was really open and straightforward saying the things because that's who I am. I don't waste my time. If I don't like you, I will tell you sorry. No, or I will just unfollow you and then that's it. No, unfollow you, like unmatch you. But I really like him, and then all of a sudden I started to see like he was texting less and less and less. And it was more of like when I told him when we can meet. And then I was like, sorry, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, I prefer to meet in person. I'm like, no, I don't meet strangers. That's one thing of me. And then I told him openly, I was like, I'm not about to be constantly silenced for a week and then all of a sudden go for a date. That's not going to happen. And he was just like, yeah, I hear you, I understand, but I prefer to meet in person. So I was like, I'm done. It's been 4 days and I woke up this morning. That's why I said this card means a lot to me. Because I woke up this morning and there was a message of him saying like, hey, good evening. I can't wait to see you. I'm like, hey, it's been how many days? And you can't wait to see me? Well, guess what? You can still waiting because that's not going to happen. So the fact that this card says about encourage curiosity and open mind, there is a great potential and opportunity. So best thing to do is to go with your gut. Well, I'm going with my gut. That I basically close all of my dating apps. That's where I'm going with this conversation. Because I really think my person is not on dating apps. Is not looking for hookup. Is not looking for empty conversations and just a catalog of pictures, because that's how I see dating apps are. It's just like a catalog of meat where in this case men's just go in there looking for a good looking woman, and then they will actually require that you put body pictures because they want to see how you look like, and they will fantasize about you, but actually they are not really interested in getting to know you. They're interested to lure you until the point that you say, okay, yes, of course, you're lovely, let's go for a date. You go for a date and then you realize they just want to sleep with you, basically. So that is the reason why I don't waste my time anymore. And I decided to close down those apps, and I'm just going to get back to I'm happy on my own, and my person will find me when the correct time comes. And like I always say with these videos, this video will find you when you actually need to hear this, basically. And then that's it. And then I'm going to be focused on what matters, that right now it's my babies and my businesses and my health. And when that person is to find me, he will, and we will grow together. And until then, the fool and I, we're gonna go and do the last hour of work that we have, because it's 7 now. Okay, so I'm back from my son's activity, and now is the time where normally every week is different. Sometimes we have things to do, sometimes no, and we just come home and we take care of the house. We've been doing all the front of the house because I have students coming up, and it's becoming a mess, seems it's a little bit messy, the front of our house. It's not our house, we're renting, it's the landlord, how they want to have the house, but I dislike the fact that sometimes can look like a jungle and other times can look like a sad entrance because there's not a single flower or beautiful thing going on. But anyway, we have fixed it and now looks a lot better. I'm really happy. I have some bookings coming up for Fridays, both of the Fridays, this one and the one coming. And then for the Saturday, I really feel when I'm so positive and when I let go of certain things that are pulling me back. I don't know if you understand, but there are certain things in life sometimes that they literally pull us back and they don't let us keep going forward on our journey. And that's the awakening part. That's the awakening part and the healing part of, I know what is pulling me back and I'm not going to allow it anymore. I'm going to move on. So I always find when I feel stuck like that, like why this is not happening, and I let go of something, all of the sudden I start selling stuff online, I start getting bookings, I start feeling a lot happier. Like today, despite of not feeling really well, welcome to a woman's world, I am so happy and calm and positive. I'm surprised with myself. I don't even know what's going on. I think even the kids can sense it. They mirror that, and I think sometimes when our kids behave in a certain way and we don't understand it, maybe we should check more of on ourselves and see what is that we are giving to them. Like for example, me yesterday, I was ill all day here on the couch. Do you really think like, okay, my son is hyper, so yes, he will continue jumping and everything, and he doesn't understand or care that the world is breaking into pieces, okay? He will continue just like moving on with his life like, I don't care. I am full of energy. So I'm gonna keep going. I feel I'm gonna end up sneezing. But my daughter is more of like fully mirroring. And she will be more of like lay down with me and let's say a lazy day, which I dislike it very much because I'm a really active person. And sometimes I feel like, please just go and do something with your life, can you? But anyway, I'm gonna pull another card today. I just thought like, why not? So I'm gonna pull another card, and the question this time, it's gonna be what my inner child want me to know today. So what does my inner child want me to know today? Here we have our deck of cards like before. Let's pull it out and see which card comes out. Let's see what my inner child wants me to know today before I go and I cook some lunch for these monsters and I crochet a little bit because I won't die. Okay, so cards. Oh, sneeze. Sorry. I'm sorry. We have the Two of Cups. I don't know why I always found the Two of Cups. It's kind of like a romantic thing, you know, like a couples together sharing something. And in this case, it says the two is a symbol of love or partnership, see? Between two people, the relationship is based on mutual feelings. Well, again, this is so funny after the conversation we have this morning, right? Because I have nobody on my life to actually say, oh, this is like a couples. But I think when sometimes I question myself of like, will I ever find the love of my life? Will he ever find me? Will I ever find the happiness that I desire or the future and then family life or whatever that I envision for all of us? I sometimes feel like no, because I'm really busy. And this is things you have to consider a lot on yourself, okay, ladies? Let's just keep this clear.
It's not fair for other males out there that if you are not available, don't say you are. Like me, I'm really open, and even if when I told you this morning I sign in all of these dating apps, I straight away say it. I have my kids 24/7. I don't have family over. I don't just take any person to come and take care of my kids just to go on a date. Like, I don't do that. I don't stop my world for a date. There's other people that they are 24/7 available. Well, I am not. And I'm the kind of person that I need a lot of time and many days chatting with one person to say, okay, fine, let's go for a date. That's how it is. Because I don't need somebody entertaining me. My life is too busy that it's not like I'm bored and I need somebody entertaining me, okay? So, you have to be clear like that. And then there will be people that be like, I'm also really busy, let's just get to know each other. And if at some point you have an hour, let's meet. That's why you should also be respectful and try to find someone that is in your local area. I understand, and this I know, you know what, because for the past 5 years, I've basically been in all of these dating worlds, and I spoke with a lot of people, not with the intention of anything. Sometimes I even feel I was a therapist because of where the conversation ended up with. But one of the saddest thing I found, and it's really heartbroken because many of these came from really nice guys, is the fact that some women, they say, I want to live in central London. So right now, me, I live over 20 miles away from central London, okay? The fact that I come and say, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to say to this person, oh, no, but wait until I have the time, because for me, go to London and come back is 3 hours by train or by car, because it's 1 hour and a half go, 1 hour and a half back, and I have the kids, and I don't have time, but let's see how we figure it out. How is that fair? Where I could actually try to date somebody on my neighborhood. Like, if you live in another neighborhood completely far away, don't waste people's life and people's time just because you are like, oh yeah, I would like to live in there, so let me find one guy that already have his life in London, so he will bring me to him. Also, that's desperation. So please, ladies, don't do that. Do not do that at all, because it's like, do you really need a person to rescue you? I don't need it. I don't need a person. I want a person. Which is, I want to have a life that when my kids move on with their life, I have the rest of my life to share with that person. But I know with how I am, it's going to take me a very long time. And I'm all patient and I'm all okay. But in the meantime, I'm here doing therapy online. Why not? For free. I'm going to have to start charging, I'm telling you. But as well, it's really unfair when a lot of men, they come on these dating places and then they say, oh, I really want a long-term thing. And then 5 seconds into a conversation, they just want to sleep with you. And they are like, seriously? Please don't do that. Because it's really frustrating, especially when you make a woman waste their time. And normally you will see the men that are only interested in that are men that they will only pay attention to you on the weekend and in a certain specific hours of the weekend. And that actually is the time when they are not visiting their friends or visiting their family, or maybe they are in the gym and they are bored and they want to be entertained. That's the time. Comes Monday, you don't exist for 5 days. Then comes Friday, if they don't have plans, that's when you come in the conversation. And if you cannot figure out those patterns, believe me, ladies, gentlemen, whoever is watching this, you are going to have a really sad and stressful dating journey, because if you can't see those patterns, if you can't see red flags and green flags, well, ask ChatGPT. He's good at it. You know what I did the other day? Just because I was actually wondering if it was me having a bad emotional day or what, I actually copy and paste, sorry, my whole conversation in ChatGPT. And I asked him, or her, or the robot, whatever you want to call it. I say, point me out all the green and red flags on this conversation. And everything that was pointed out as good and as bad was the same thing that I did. And then I say, okay, give me an overall. And the overall was, there's more red flags than green flags. So I was like, okay, I'm done. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I can't do this. So, yeah, as you see, second of cups, second card of the day. So maybe, yes, maybe it's the card of don't give up. He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there. The only thing I sometimes wonder is like, if we are running in opposite directions, if I'm running too fast and then you won't be able to chase me, or if it's also saying, oh, I'm going to wait for her to find me. Because if we are both waiting, guess what? Nobody find each other, because one of us needs to be the one running and the other one needs to stand still. but I don't know how to do that.
Well, we just came back from the last activity. I'm going to show you what I've done for dinner. It's potatoes, vegan meatballs, and vegan cheese. And then I just basically put it all together. Oven. And it got delicious. It's really... Oh, and yellow onion. That's another of the ingredients. And then that was it. And it's absolutely delicious. Remember I told you I was really craving potatoes? Well, that was it. And then my daughter got to enjoy my mashed potatoes that actually... I do the simplest, boringest recipe for it, but apparently everybody loves it. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's really kind, actually. I don't know much about it, but yep. Oh, I thought I dropped something. That's it for today. I really hope you have enjoyed this vlog today. I know it has been like an abnormal, weird one. Tomorrow is gonna be even crazier because we have to go to London. But last update, here we are. We're not doing bad at all. Despite how much crazy has been the day, it's only this one bloated in here. The rest is look good. And this, normally, as I always say, it's because I'm on my period. So that is normal, that it gets like that just for the purpose of getting big because of my uterus. It's always happened all my life that I get that bloated and everything. So, yep. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog and I will see you tomorrow.